Assalamualaikum everyone and welcome to another inspiring conversation. Today's topic is learning from failure, turning setbacks into opportunities. Failure is something everyone experiences but not everyone knows how to grow from it. In this discussion, we will explore how setbacks can become powerful lessons for success, confidence, and personal growth. And joining us once again is our AI test ChatGPT. Welcome ChatGPT.
Of course. I'm here and ready to help. What do you have on your mind today?
ChatGPT, what does failure really mean?
Absolutely. If you have any specific area you want to focus on, like a project, a skill, or even just some general advice, just let me know and we can break it down. What kind of growth are you aiming for?
Why do people struggle emotionally after setbacks?
That's a really interesting question. Often, emotional setbacks come from a few different things, like a sudden life change, a loss of something important, or even a buildup of stress that just finally surfaces. I think the tricky part is that everyone's triggers and coping mechanisms are different. Does that fit with what you've been seeing or feeling?
ChatGPT, can failure and also affect confidence and motivation?
Yeah, of course. Failure can be really tough, especially when it hits emotionally. But it can also be a powerful teacher. If you take the time to reflect, you can often see new directions, strengths, or even just resilience you didn't know you had. Is there something specific you've gone through recently, or are you just trying to process in general?
ChatGPT, can failure actually become an advantage?
Yeah, I'm glad that resonated. It's really normal to feel that mix of emotions. Disappointment, uncertainty, even some self-doubt. Just remember, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's more like a step in the process. And you absolutely can grow from it, even if it takes a little time.
ChatGPT, what mindset helps people recover faster?
That's a really great point. When we focus on reframing failure as just a temporary setback, we give ourselves permission to keep going. And over time, that mindset shift can make us more resilient, more creative, and ultimately more successful in the long run. So it really is a skill we can practice.
Why do successful people fail many times?
Yeah, exactly. And the more we practice that shift, the easier it gets. So even if a setback happens again, you'll have that kind of foundation and it won't feel as overwhelming. It's all about building these small, steady habits of self compassion too.
Why is failure such a common part of success?
I'm really glad it was helpful. And remember, you're not alone in this. Everyone faces setbacks. If you ever want to talk or just need a little boost, I'm here.
How can students learn from academic failure?
Of course. I'm really glad we got to talk about this. Take your time, be patient with yourself, and if anything else comes up, I'll be right here.
What advice would you give to students who fail exams or struggle in their studies?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the big things I'd say is helping them reframe failure as a step, not the end. Encourage them to see mistakes as opportunities to learn and to focus on what they can control, like the next small action. And of course, having a supportive environment, whether that's from peers, teachers, or just trusted adults, can make a huge difference.
How should entrepreneurs deal with business setbacks?
I'm really glad that's helpful. Yeah, and just reminding them it's a process. So every step, even the missteps, are all part of building confidence and skills. If anything else comes up, I'm here to help.
What can business owners and entrepreneurs learn from failures or financial
Ah,
losses?
of course. So at its core, business is really about providing value, usually through goods or services, while entrepreneurship is more about the mindset and the process of creating something new, often taking risks and innovating. Entrepreneurship is kind of that spark that pushes a business forward.
What role does self-reflection play after failure?
I think that's a really powerful step. After a failure, taking some time to reflect, asking yourself things like what worked, what didn't, and what you might do differently can really help. It turns that setback into a kind of fuel for future growth.
How important is self-analysis and reflection when recovering from
Yeah,
mistakes?
I'm really glad that resonated. And if you ever need to unpack a specific situation or just have a bit of guided reflection, I'm here. It's all about giving yourself that grace to learn and keep going.
How can failure improve emotional intelligence?
Yeah, definitely. If anything else comes up or you just want to revisit this down the line, I'm always happy to help. Just take it one step at a time and you got this.
Can difficult experiences make people emotionally stronger and more understanding?
Absolutely. Exactly. Every failure, every setback is kind of like a puzzle piece that once we look back helps us see a bigger picture. And that's how we keep growing, by letting those experiences teach us something we didn't know before.
What are the biggest mistakes people make after failing?
That's a really good point. I think a big one is not letting failure define you. So instead of staying stuck in fear, you can see it as a chance to pivot. Also, sometimes businesses fail because of a lack of flexibility or fear of adjusting their strategy. So being adaptable is key.
What unhealthy reactions should people avoid after setbacks? Specifically, what unhealthy reactions should people avoid after setbacks?
Yeah, that's a really important thing to highlight. Exactly. So unhealthy reactions might be things like ruminating too long, blaming yourself excessively, or avoiding risks altogether. What people really want to do is acknowledge the setback, learn from it, and then keep moving forward with a bit more wisdom without getting stuck in a negative spiral.
How can people rebuild confidence after failure?
Yeah, that's a really key step. I think one of the best things is focusing on small wins, set really achievable goals and hit those. Also reminding yourself of past successes, keeping a growth mindset, and surrounding yourself with people who lift you up. Those can all really rebuild confidence step by step.
What practical steps can someone take to regain confidence and motivation?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also okay to take a break if you need to. Sometimes rest and self care give you a chance to recharge. Then, when you come back, you can approach things with a fresh perspective, and that confidence will build up again.
Why is resilience important in life?
Resilience is basically that ability to bounce back from challenges or setbacks. It's important because it helps you keep going even when things get really tough. When you build resilience, you're more adaptable, you stay motivated, and you recover faster, and that's what keeps you moving forward.
How does resilience help people continue moving forward during difficult times?
Yeah, exactly. Resilience acts like a kind of an anchor. It helps you stay steady even when things get really tough. So even if progress slows down or you face new obstacles, you still keep going, adjust, and keep your focus on that bigger picture.
Can failure improve creativity and innovation?
Absolutely. When you're resilient, you're more open to experimenting, trying new approaches, and thinking outside the box. So setbacks don't just stop you, they often spark fresh ideas because you're not afraid to push boundaries or rethink things.
Do mistakes and failure sometimes lead to better ideas and innovation?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when we face a failure, it kind of forces us to zoom out, step back, and look for new angles. And that's often where some of the most creative, innovative ideas come from, out of that need to adapt and rethink everything.
What daily habits help people stay positive after setbacks?
Yeah, that's a great point. Daily habits like journaling, practicing gratitude, or setting small daily goals can really keep you grounded.
What routines or
And things like
habits?
mindfulness or even just a short daily routine of movement, those exactly. Those small, consistent habits really add up, and they create a sense of normalcy and control even when things feel uncertain. So it's like a steady anchor to keep your mindset positive.
ChatGPT, what final advice would you give to anyone currently facing failure or disappointment in life?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say a big part of it is staying curious and open to learning. Even when things feel like they didn't go as planned, every setback is a chance to adjust your approach, maybe experiment with a new idea, and keep moving forward. And don't forget to celebrate even small progress. It all counts.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for sharing such meaningful insights about learning from failure and turning setbacks into opportunities.
You're
And
so
thank you
welcome.
everyone for watching this conversation.
Of course.
If you find this discussion valuable, don't forget to like,
Yeah,
share, and follow for more conversation in personal growth, productivity, psychology, AI, education, and success.